Hi, my name's Jess, and I teach low brass here at REW Music. The best lesson I ever had was with my friend Martin Cochran. It was over at Baldwin Wallace University, and what made it so great was because I walked in incredibly nervous for that lesson, and he can tell that I was incredibly nervous for that lesson. It was one of my first lessons with a euphonium player. I'd only been studying with trombones or tuba players until that point, and he stopped me like mid-phrase of a piece. He goes, "Are you okay?" I was just like, "Oh, I'm really nervous." And he asked me if I wanted to know what he was thinking. And I was like, "Yeah, I want to know what you're thinking. Like, tell me what you're thinking." And he goes, "I'm going to write it down on this piece of paper, and you write down what you're thinking on this piece of paper." And so we both wrote down what we were thinking. And it was really similar. I was thinking, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of this guy, and I want to show that I'm a good musician. And he wrote down, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of her. I want to show her I'm a good teacher. And that was the moment that it kind of really clicked in my brain that teachers are also people, and they are super excited to help us just as we're excited to learn from them. And I've kind of taken that with me as I have started teaching myself, to remember that I was in a student's shoes, I still am, I'm still learning. And to have that always be kind of the driving force of teaching my students is that I'm here to learn, I want to be a good teacher for them, and I want them to feel really comfortable in my lessons. It's the best lesson I had, it was great. I have this student in my studio right now who, when I first started working with him, he's a very, very small dude. He's pretty short, and he couldn't reach anything past fourth position, and he was getting really, really frustrated with playing the trombone. And my friend Nikki makes these things called extendabone. It's basically like the old sack butts that had the handle to reach into the bass positions. It's that for tenor trombones for people who can't reach past like fifth position. And we put that on his trombone, and he turned into a new student. He was so excited to be able to reach all the positions and be able to play a full scale, because he couldn't play a full scale before B flat to B flat, and just like the fire lit up in his eyes, and all of a sudden he was so excited to play and come to lessons. And just having accessibility for instruments in the studio, and with anyone who needs it, getting them different hand grips, doing anything they can to have them play, is something that's really important to me, because it's something that I struggle with myself, making sure the instruments are accessible for everybody to play, because I have small hands, and euphonium's a big instrument that wasn't necessarily designed for people with small hands in mind. So just making sure that everyone can have the accessibility they need to play their instrument. It was just such a cool moment to really see him light up like, I can finally do this! It was so exciting. My favorite thing about my students is how excited they are to come into their lessons. I have one kid who, the second he sees me walk out into the front delivering the previous student to his parents, he's just in that studio, like right away. And by the time it takes me like 30 seconds to walk back to him, his instrument's out, he's sitting down, he's ready to go. I love seeing the enthusiasm with these young kids really excited to learn about the tuba, euphonium, and trombone. It's so cool.